Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. This is the 4th of July, but it's also Terrified Tuesday. We have a little bit of Scream news to talk about. Apparently there was a fan expo and they said some stuff, so let's jump right into it. Alright, so apparently there was a fan expo this weekend and Neve Campbell was there and she seemed really happy to be there, and that's a good thing because if Neve Campbell was happy to be there, we can speculate that she probably will be back for Scream 7. At least we all really hope she is. Now, the thing we're going to talk about is something that kind of happened, and I don't know if you can read too much into this or not. There are some people that will read a lot into this as a whole theory thing, and they will try to make it look like, hey, this is legit, this is totally going to happen now because it was said at the expo. And that was, they were specifically asked the question, which character would they save if they could go back in time and it couldn't be their own? Now, basically what happened is it got around to Jamie Kennedy. And Jamie Kennedy started to talk and he said, that's a really hard question. And Matthew Lillard said, I'm right here. And Jamie Kennedy said, well, I would save you. I would save you, except I don't need to, basically, because you're alive. And Matthew Lillard kind of had said, hey, I'm alive and all this. And they went back and forth for a little bit talking about the fact that Stu Macher is alive. Now, I don't read too much into this as a thing, because Matthew Lillard has been saying he's been alive for a long time. And Jamie Kennedy is a comedian at heart. And leave it to Jamie Kennedy to sort of lean into this as a joke. But they went back and forth for a while, and Jamie Kennedy asked a lot of the fans if they thought that Matthew Lillard was alive, that, Stu Macher lived. And a lot of the fans at the expo apparently really wanted that as a thing. They all said they thought that he was alive. So it kind of becomes this whole thing. Now, I want to believe that this is true on some level. But the fact that Jamie Kennedy is a comedian, and the fact that this would be leaning into Scream 3, and what they originally intended for it was Stu Macher being alive before everything in real life kind of became an intrusion upon the fiction, and they changed the whole script. And you can look that up. They talk about it at length in a lot of different specials and commentaries, and it just was a real life tragedy that sort of made them change the script. And, that happens. But to have him come back and to actually do that now seems kind of a bit late. Now, would I cry if Stu Macher suddenly walked through some door or turned out to be alive? Of course I wouldn't, because I am a huge Matthew Lillard fan. As an actor, I have followed everything that he has done. I actually have only not seen about 2 movies that he's done, and they're on my list somewhere to watch. But it would be great to see him come back as Stu Macher. I just don't know if I see this happening at all. But with them going back and forth, I do know that that's what's going to happen. A lot of fans are going to start to speculate that Stu could be alive. Now, if it turns out that he is, then you kind of have to ask why, after all this time, would he actually suddenly reappear? Why, after all this time, would he appear? What's been holding him back? And what would his motives be now? Obviously, his motives is to still kill Sidney. But how can you incorporate him into an overarching plot where it makes sense for him to have been gone for so long? Has he truly been the mastermind behind everything we've seen all the way from the beginning? And if so, how do they make this plausible? Because a lot of people have said that the problem is that this cannot even work, that this is not even plausible. I've never really talked about it at length. I've just said what if type of scenario. If they continue to speculate, I might even throw a theory in there as to how this could be a thing. But in the meantime, just know that I really don't think that this is true. But you all have a really good 4th of July. And let me know what you think about the fact that Stu Macher could be alive. Do you believe this and do you not believe this? And why? Let's have a conversation. Alright, you know what to do. Leave us that comment. Share this video with all of your friends so they can be a part of the conversation as well. Make sure you're hitting that like button. It helps the channel. We appreciate it. It's free. Hit that subscribe button because Miko says we need more subscribers and Miko can't be wrong. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button and hit that notification button while you're down there so that you don't miss a single video we do. And then friends, at the end of the day, I know it, you know it, and Miko knows it. Fandom is family.